Welcome to Uncuffed, Failure to Stop's #1 society and culture news show that comes out every Monday on the Failure to Stop podcast channel, the #1 channel where law enforcement goes to be informed and entertained 5 days a week. And Mondays is where we kick it off, baby, with society and culture, brought to you by ghostbed.com/Wolfpack and factormeals.com/Wolfpack50. We love Factor Meals and we love Ghost Bed, mainly because without a good night's rest and a healthy diet, there's no way I could stomach or have the energy to process any of the society and culture news that is going on. Tonight's show is about Caitlyn Clark not woken up for the U.S. Olympic team. What? We'll go into it. Also, we've got this YouTuber facing a $50,000 bond and a 10-year possible sentence for destroying his own Lamborghini. And obviously the FAA has rules against having fun on your YouTube channel, so we'll dive into that. And then also this whole black fraternity dance club, like Break It Down. What's the what was the dance show? Bring It to the Yard, or what was it?
Stomp the Yard.
Stomp the Yard.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess these black fraternities are stomping the yard this year because it's trending all over TikTok and Twitter. And being that you are a black college graduate, I figured we'll weigh in on that. Margaret, it's late as always, but she'll be here short. Always late. Always late. You cannot. We got a big complaint last week. You cannot chew gum or suck on anything into the microphone.
Yeah, why not, man?
Yeah, they said somebody said it was like unbearable last week. Hear it? Yeah, they could hear you.
Should have said something. Should have said something.
It was the gum, though. I think it was the gum.
I did have gum. Yeah,
you had gum. I don't know. Maybe a candy cane will be different, but I think we'll just have to do like mic discipline, where it's like when you suck on shit, you suck on it back there, and then when you talk back,
at least I won't blow on bubbles. Shit, I could have
done that, dude. I love blowing bubbles, man. I do it with my tongue though.
Bubble. Bubble.
All right, take us away, Joshua.
The growing calls across the nation to defund the police.
To end policing as we know it.
Off the charts violence in New York City. 11 people shot in just 8 hours on Sunday.
This is about the police officers who every single day put on that uniform and they run towards danger when we run away from it.
Guns up, giddy up. A lot of people in the live chat. See Beerworth.
Come on.
What's going on over here? Not much. Sounds like it's Chris, which I met up in Virginia Beach again this week. A lot of fun. If it's the same guy, I think that's your name, so I assume it's you. Had a great time. Mike Dutcher, who bought some
Red Bull in Virginia Beach.
In the Virginia Beach era. Like he's not far from there.
Well, that's good because I have a comedy show coming up in Newport News, July 12th and 13th.
Yo.
At Kazi's Comedy Club. I'm going to be there with Roz McCoy. So if you're in the area, bring a whole bunch of people out. Hit me up and go ahead and get those tickets and let's pack the place out. Come out and support me.
Dang, dude, that's gonna be fun. I always look for an excuse to go out that way. So I'll be there. Well, it's good to see you, Chris, and hopefully we'll see you at the comedy show. Elijah Kach is in the thing. Mike Dutcher buying the Red Pill threads using the new promo code Wolfpack over there at Red Pill Threads. Thank you so much. I think that order came in today is what I got a call. He was like, hey, who's Chris Dutcher? And I was like, who's Mike Dutcher? And I said, he's part of the Wolfpack, dude. He's fam. So you're gonna love your shirt, dude, for sure. You're gonna love it. It's great. Wayne, what's up? This is good evening, beautiful people. It's a lot of you guys in there. Mike Carol Hendricks, well, Cray as always, just one of my favorite guys. Still single though. Yeah. Still single.
Hey, best way to be. Best way to be.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
I've been married twice.
Oh,
I'm telling you. So
okay.
Together, I would have been married 30 years.
I would not do good single.
30 years.
Wow.
I would have been 30 years. I was 30 years of marriage.
I've been married twice, but the second one worked. The first one was my military wife.
Oh.
I got married real young. 18. Oh yeah. 18.
So this is your second marriage?
Yeah, but I was only married for like 3 years or something like that. I got married when I was 18, and then I deployed.
Me too,
like it was real quick. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
We didn't have no kids or like barely.
I knew what I was thinking.
She actually left me for our best man.
Well, I didn't leave. She didn't leave me.
She got pregnant
for anybody. But I shouldn't have married her. because I was away from home, and she, I didn't, like I said, I was out there from a time period being a hoe. And then it was like she was not like that. She was more settled. She liked to cook, clean. She kept the place clean. She cooked.
So her complaint was that she couldn't turn a hoe into a house husband.
The sex was amazing. So it was like, I need to lock this up, because all the chicks that I dealt with up until her was loose. You know what I'm saying? They was partying, and all the time she didn't go out, didn't party. She didn't really too much care for stuff like that. She liked romance and holding hands. Her love language, she introduced me to those 5 love languages and shit. And I was like, well, damn, and I married her. But then once I married her, it was like, once you put that ring on, man, that ring is a magnet. It attract women. Oh my gosh. I think I got hit on more as a married man in uniform than I ever been out of uniform. And it was a problem, and she couldn't.
That's why I don't wear a wedding ring. I don't wear one.
But they know your ass married.
I know. And I'm not attractive. So it's not really hard. Hey! Margaret's here. We can see.
Please, she do this shit just because she wanted to come, make a grand entrance.
Did you see the picture I sent?
She's so extra.
I'm riding on Furiosa. Why? Because I went to the doctor and she gave me some music.
You talking to the fucking mic?
She gave me some music that didn't sound right at the doctor, and I kind of like let it bother me a little bit. Because I didn't have my timing. I didn't have my timing right.
Margaret loves to send us a random text as if she thinks that maybe we're going to have any idea of what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah.
Today she said, guess whose birthday it is? I don't know, Margaret. I have no, where would I even start?
I forgot her name. What I said.
Tell me whose birthday. Whose birthday is it?
The black lady on Gone with the Wind. The lady that was
who the hell would have guessed that?
Yeah, like we would never guess it. Like if you're going to do it, it has to be like something like you got to either give us a hint or it's got to be something reasonable that we can guess. Right. Like, guess whose birthday it is today? Oh, it's Deadleg, our producers, and we forgot something like not like this random first black actress from 100 years ago.
Yeah. See what it is, y'all are younger, so y'all kind of babies to me, and plus y'all are men, so women talk like that. They say, "Girl, guess who?" But I didn't say "girl," did I? No, I just said, "Guess whose birthday today?"
Right.
But normally we girl, guess whose birthday today?
Any ladies in the chat, you have to have some clues.
You want to guess? You have to have them guess first.
We'll be sitting here guessing all damn night.
We would have guessed till the millennium.
The answer was Deadleg, and I said it can be Deadleg's birthday too. And I said, "Happy birthday, Deadleg." It can be though if you wanted to be.
Oh my gosh!
If you wanted to be, it's Gay Pride Month. You can be what you want this month.
See.
Right. So whose birthday is it?
Her name is Hattie McDaniels.
We would have never have guessed.
And she was a comedian. Did y'all know she was a comedian?
No, I don't. I've never even heard of Hattie McDaniels.
Have you ever heard of Gone with the Wind?
Yeah.
So you didn't? Oh,
yeah, but I don't know who's in it. I wouldn't be able to tell you the actors.
She was the guy's name? She was the maid.
Oh,
in Gone with the Wind, and she was very funny.
Okay.
Mammy, back in the
But I don't know any of the other actors.
I was trying to educate you. Me neither.
Well, I like it. I'm glad we're educated. I just don't like to guess.
I've never seen any of her stand-up.
Me neither. I didn't know I read it.
Let's see, back in the day, though, back in them days, they called comedians who were actors, comedians. I mean, they call them comedians because they were funny in the movies. There's not necessarily.
They could stretch their eyes wide and be funny.
On the microphone, on the stage, telling jokes. Right. A lot of them won't like that.
I'm glad that we know that now for Black History Gay Month.
But see, I won't do that again.
Do it again.
Unless I'm around a bunch of women.
Gay month, we could talk about
who's the first black
mom's maker.
Who's that?
She was gay?
Yeah, you know that.
I knew she kind of looked managed, but she was gay.
Yeah, Mom's Maple is
I knew she was kind of managed.
Yeah, she was on the chitlin circuit.
Okay.
She was old. Yeah, that's what they call it.
Oh, Lord.
Because she didn't have no teeth.
Right.
And she was an old lady.
Big bone, like a Medea type person. I didn't know she was
funny as hell. She's the godmother of comedy. And she was back in the days with Nipsey Russell.
Oh, God. I don't know any of these names.
Bill Cosby. I put it this way. She was older than Bill Cosby. If she was alive now, she'd be in like her 90s, late 90s.
You don't know Nipsey Russell?
I'm white.
What about Flip Wilson?
I'm white.
Oh, I got to tell you about Flip
Sam
Wilson.
Kinniston?
What was Flip Wilson's person? Geraldine.
He
He played the character. Oh, wow.
I don't know.
We're gonna
anything.
take you on our wings.
Yeah, take you.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we have 9 days till Juneteenth. We have to have our Juneteenth video done by then. Here's what I'm thinking.
We gotta do the cookout.
I have a good thought. I have a good plan. I didn't want to text it to you because it would be too much out of context. We'll talk about it tonight. Just remind me.
All right,
After the show, I think I got a good Juneteenth reel that we can make. Either way, Benita Morgan is in the chat.
Hey,
Featherstep
Benita,
says human beatbox. Darren Robinson, American rapper and actor. Fat Boys, Jailhouse Rock, born in Manning, South Carolina. I guess this is them trying to school me on black comedians.
Look, have you ever heard of the Fat Boys?
No.
Oh my God. Man, we ought to do it. We need to do. He need to see the movie called Drop Squad.
Today's birthday is also Tara Lipinski.
Who the fuck is Tara Lipinski?
Monica Lewinsky's sister, or mama.
Yeah, she's the one that was involved in that whole hitting each other right before the Olympics.
What hit
Tara Lewinsky?
Oh, what? That's not Monica Lewinsky's the one who sucked Bill Clinton's dilly under the Oval Office.
You talking about
Tara Lipinski. She was the Olympic gold singles skater from back in the day.
Chopped the leg. Yeah. She chopped the leg.
I thought that was Nancy Kerrigan and
Harding.
Yeah, Tanya Harding. Tanya Harding. Who
That
then
must be a
did
different
porn. Tanya Harding kneecapped Nancy Kerrigan. And boy, she's white trash as fuck.
Yeah, she's doing some of everything.
She is real white trash. All right, let's get into today's news. First of all, do you watch WNBA?
Yeah.
You do? Shut the fuck up.
You forgot I coach girls basketball.
Oh, I didn't
even know that.
I didn't know that.
Girls basketball for years.
Oh wow.
School level.
I didn't know girls were allowed to play basketball. I thought that was like a men's only sport.
To be honest, girls, I like girls because they try to be them. They try to learn and play the game. Boys are hard. Boys want to be LeBron James.
Right.
Steph Curry. That's
Can
what
I
they
ask
try
you
to
this?
be.
Why don't they lower the fucking rim for the girls?
Why?
Yeah, I say
so we can see some slams and some jams.
You
and
don't
some
be watching
dunks.
games, do you? They dunking.
Dude, but hardly any of them, bro. They pass the ball around. They play like perfect basketball and fucking miss the shots at the end. They barely. There is not enough slamming and jamming. Listen, what is the difference?
All the time.
Yeah, but she's one of like all of them.
No, there's a lot of them.
But here's my thing: you've made the ball smaller. Why not give the people what they want? Get more action. Listen, I've tried to watch the WNBA. It is so boring. I can't do it. It's too much. It's worse than women's soccer.
I'm gonna tell you what I like of the women. I like watching women volleyball.
Well, of course you do. What guy doesn't like that? Okay, so since you know so much about women's basketball, Caitlyn Clark, why is she not on the Olympic roster?
Because there's 12 girls that's pretty good, damn good.
She's breaking all of the records. She's only 10 months in. She's crushing
don't mean shit.
And she's the only thing that's making women's basketball even worth talking about. Why would you put
Russell won 11 motherfucking championships, but he is not the greatest basketball player to ever play in the NBA, is he?
No, and same argument can be made for
to Blipper shit with it.
Well, here's the thing is WNBA has not been more relevant in the past before Caitlyn Clark. Caitlyn Clark has literally, aside from that dumb bitch that got arrested in Russia, Caitlyn Clark is the only person that has kept basketball. And I would argue that it's at least in a positive light this time. And she's not going to be on the roster. The one thing that's bringing in, I would have to. I think you could argue that she brings in more money to the WNBA than any other WNBA player at this point.
Well, you have to
maybe aside from Brittany Griner, but I think that time's passed.
But you have to understand, if you watch her game, she's a shooter. She's a shooter.
And she's making lots of buckets.
She can score. She can score. But see, here's the thing. When you playing in the NBA or the WNBA, they only have about like 10 teams.
Right.
Now you playing the world.
Right.
You play in different countries.
So what?
So what?
We're the number one country. If she's scoring buckets on the number one country, then obviously she's going to be able to dominate.
There's 12 other people, ladies who's played 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, some of them 10 years. Hell, Diane Taurasi, damn near 40 years old. And she's a legend. She's going to be a future Hall of Famer. Whenever she retires, she's going into the Hall of Fame. Caitlyn
Clark's going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Well, unless she stay healthy. Let's pray that she stay healthy, don't get injured or nothing. Yeah, she's bringing in new basketball stuff. But just okay, I'll give you a great example. I'll give you a great example.
Okay, give me a great
The
example.
1992 men's Olympic team.
Right, had
they had that
the Wheaties.
they had
everybody. Dennis Rodman, Pippen.
No. This was when they had Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Michael Jordan.
Grant.
No, Grant wasn't in it either. The only that they had instead
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird. They had
Akeem Olajuwon.
Akeem Olajuwon, no, because he's Nigerian, so he didn't play. But they Charles Barkley, they had Magic Johnson, John Stockton. Now the thing was, everybody was mad because Isaiah Thomas was left off the team, and they tried to blame it. Oh, Michael Jordan didn't like him, so they took him off. He should have been up there, not Stockton. A lot of people said that Isaiah Thomas was bad. He was a bad boy. He won 2 back-to-back in an NBA championships, and he was a point guard, so he would have been the leader of the team. He probably wouldn't have started. Magic Johnson would have started at the point guard, but in 1992, he was clearly better than John Stockton or a couple of players that played that position that should have been on the team, and he didn't get. And they're still.
You're talking Caitlyn Clark might be the best women's basketball player out there right now.
Oh, right now, I don't know because.
That would be like not letting Michael Jordan play.
She played in college.
Yeah.
Now she's in the WNBA
and crushing.
It ain't, man. Hell, it only been about 4 games.
10 months.
4 games. It ain't been no damn 10
Clark
months.
has become the fastest WNBA player to reach 200 points and 75 assists, doing it in 12 games.
Well, I guess. When you shooting that motherfucker a lot, hell, you shoot. She got the green light. The coach give her a green light. When you are the point guard, you have the ball in your hand. Bring the ball up court. You can decide whether you want to pass it or you going to take it to the hole or you going to shoot it yourself. She is a scorer. She's a shooter.
Yeah,
awesome shooter at that. But what I'm saying is,
do you think that her being anti-woke and not playing into any of the LGBTQ games or doing any of the basketball dances in the claps, do you think that has anything to do with why they're not putting her on the team?
She don't need it. Her game speaks for itself.
Right, but then if her game speaks for itself, they should put her on the Olympic team. Do you think there's a lot of speculators out there that think that she's not on the team because she is anti-woke and that the LGBTQ runs WNBA. No. You don't buy that?
Hell no. Now,
you think she's
not
a lot
of gay women in
yeah, I know, right? But you think she's just not on there because she's not good enough?
There's 12 other women who have played in the WNBA. If they would have said college and WNBA, NBA, the stuff, then I would say,
okay, so here would be my argument to that. Nobody is talking about the WNBA in the Olympics except because of the fact that Caitlyn Clark is not in it. Therefore, meaning that Caitlyn Clark brings all relevance to the WNBA, and it would not be talked about otherwise. So leaving her off of that roster is only hurting the WNBA in the United States.
No, that ain't, because the United States have won the women gold.
And nobody cared. And nobody cared until Caitlyn Clark.
They won the gold.
I would never have known that.
That's because you're a dumbass.
Even a
you
dumbass.
Don't know black folk. You don't know
she's white.
All the black folk.
I wouldn't know anything about
name a black player besides Brittany Griner on the team.
I can't name another basketball player.
No, name a black one. Black female.
No, I don't know any. I don't know white.
You only know Caitlyn because
she's relevant because she's the only one that's like blowing shit up. She's the only one that's in the news. She's the only one that's bringing relevance to the WNBA, which means that it's a marketing nightmare.
Only because she's white.
You think that the only reason she is making it is because she's white?
Mm-hmm. Because if you look at,
do you know how many white people watch WNBA?
Quite a few, because black folks are entertaining.
That is
you
true.
Look at the percentage of black right now, like all that bullshit with Kaepernick back in football, him kneeling. Mm-hmm. If all the black players, if they talk about, you kneel, you ain't gonna play. If all the black players stood in solidarity and kneeled, there was shit they could do.
No,
they could,
but I think nobody wanted to kneel for Colin Kaepernick because it was
I'm
stupid.
just being real. Who gonna watch a league full of white dudes playing football?
It would be super boring.
Maybe rugby, but not.
No, you're
football.
right. No, I would not watch football, but I wouldn't watch basketball without the black people. I don't care about. I don't think Caitlyn Clark makes WNBA relevant. I think other black players make it relevant until you get a Caitlyn Clark that just happens to be white and is kind of becoming the Michael Jordan or.
Here's my thing with Caitlyn Clark. She's undeniably got talent, but I don't think that like I said, the Olympic team, boom, you got to put Caitlyn up there. She's a rookie. She's a rookie. She ain't even played but about 4 or 5 games, and damn it, didn't even win that. They were locking her up. They bullying her ass.
Oh,
hip checking her, and all this stuff. They okay, welcome to the league. You know,
yeah.
What you did in college, that's great. You set records and all this. You in the WNBA, we stepping it up.
Yeah.
So my thing is, give her some time. In the next 4 years, if she's not on the Olympic team the next time, then
we'll talk about it. I would say, for the sake, for the marketing PR alone, not adding Caitlyn Clark to the Olympic team is going to cost you more fans to boycott watching it, because there's a lot of people that feel the reason she's not in it is because she is anti-woke. You're going to lose an entire base. You're going to lose an entire base, not a base. I shouldn't say a base, but you're going to alienate an entire other group of people from watching WNBA. I'm not going to watch it if Caitlyn Clark's not in it.
If they lose, that's when.
But they're not going to lose.
They're the U.S. They had the girls team haven't lost. They won gold since.
I know. So I say they're not going to lose.
Right.
They're not going to lose with or without her, but nobody's still going to watch it, and nobody's still going to give a fuck.
Exactly.
Somebody would give a little bit of a fuck if Caitlyn Clark was in it.
She's good, but what I'm that's like me on the team, like me as a comedian. Okay, and they come out with of North Carolina comedians,
right?
Who gonna be on this team and say 12, okay? Because that's how many, between 12 and 15 players on the team. 12 to 15 comedians. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the number one. I should be number one on the list.
You can't,
but I can. But I'm a humble dude. I'm not gonna go that route. But I know damn well I'm in one of the 15.
Yeah.
I better be in that 15. I should.
I think Caitlyn Clark's the same way though.
But if I'm just getting into the comedy game on this level, on that level, I'm like, I can understand, such and such.
So you just think she needs more time?
I think she needs just a little bit more time in the league.
Okay.
College. Oh yeah, she's one of the greats in college. There's no doubt.
She's proven to be one of the greats in the WNBA. What stats do you have up in front of us?
We got to get some time.
So this is the current WNBA stats. Have no idea how to calculate what all this comes together, but she sits 14th overall.
Okay. How many people are on the team?
This is through the entire WNBA. This is
right, but how many are on the Olympic team? Do we know that?
The Olympic team, I can check. I think probably 12 or 14.
Well, I think as of 4 hours ago, they've now had her added as an alternate, a possible alternate. So I can read you that article real quick, and then we'll move on.
That too, and she might be an alternate where, like, if somebody get hurt.
Yeah, this is from CBS Olympics. It says Paris Olympics, Caitlyn Clark reportedly a top alternate for Team USA after failing to make the initial roster. The Fever rookie and Sun forward Breonna Jones are reportedly the next players up should anybody drop out. Caitlyn Clark did not make the initial Team USA women's basketball roster for the 2024 Paris Olympics, but the Indiana Fever rookie is one of the top alternates along with Connecticut Sun forward Breonna Jones, as reports by Shams Charania. They would be next in line if someone of the 12 roster gets injured, drops out for any reason. I think they're all gay, so they can't get pregnant. I think it would be a great opportunity. I'm just kidding. I think it would be a great opportunity. Clark said, playing in the Olympics, a lot of it's my main focus is on the Fever. That's what it is. USA basketball means something. Have a great relationship with them, but the 12 players they have selected are really great players. So they're in good hands. Yeah, I don't think they're going to lose. Clark has only played 12 WNBA games so far, but she's already displaying some of the offensive skills that helped her become college basketball's all-time leading scorer at Iowa.
But again, I mean,
first round pick.
Even go back to Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan came to the NBA and he was a rookie,
right? We
knew he was good. When he was at Carolina, he played that Dean Smith system. He was not the man.
Right.
The man was James Worthy. James Worthy played for the Lakers, championship, Hall of Famer. He was the man at Carolina when Jordan was there.
Right.
And he just played his part. Just so happened Jordan wins in the 82 championship. Jordan hit the game winner. He hit the game winner shot. But he was Air Jordan. He was becoming Air Jordan.
Yeah.
But when he came his rookie year, he was lighting them up. He was doing exactly what he was showing brilliance, and everybody's like, that doggone his style of play. Wow.
You think Caitlyn Clark is the Michael Jordan of women's basketball?
Right now in the league, she can be.
Yeah.
She can be.
Yeah.
She can be.
I don't know. It makes me want to watch
right now, I mean, because I mean, you look at Cheryl Swoops, Cynthia Cooper. You look at that going Reggie.
Oh, it's her birthday next week.
Reggie Miller, Reggie Miller's sister, Cheryl Miller, played for USC.
Okay.
I want to say she scored almost 100 points in a game one time.
Jesus.
But she is nice. But she came in an era in the 80s. And I mean, she did some amazing things and set the bar. Caitlyn is just taking that bar and raising it. That's all she's doing.
Okay.
So if the team does lose, they really gonna talk about it though.
But
they're not going to lose.
That's what they're going to lose. But if they do,
they're not going to lose.
If they do, because they talk about who the greatest team in the United States ever put out, 92 or 2000 something with LeBron when LeBron was up there. And I said LeBron them lost the game. Michael Jordan, all them, they won all their games and blew them out by 30, 40 points.
Right. You got up there, dead leg?
So this is comparing Caitlyn's collegiate career against Michael Jordan's collegiate career. Michael Jordan overall, he averaged 17.7 points per game with 5 rebounds per match and 1.8 assists per contest. In comparison, Clark averaged 26.6 points per match in her first year. Additionally, she had 5.9 rebounds per match and 7.1 assists per game.
Okay. Will Cray in the chat says he thinks Caitlyn Clark is going to be the Larry Bird of the WNBA.
Oh, yeah, she can shoot. Larry Bird, boy. Hey, look, when I played basketball, high school, middle school, high school level.
Oh, this is cool.
That's all we wanted to do. Whatever move you did, you call out the player who you was trying to emulate. So whenever I shot a 3-pointer or whatever, Larry Bird.
Oh, see, dude, I only owned one pair of basketball shoes my whole life because I wasn't. I mean, it's a shocker. I'm not much of a basketball player, but I had the Akeem Olajuwons, the shoes, the Converse Akeem Olajuwons.
Oh yeah,
loved them, dude. And everybody thought I was the coolest guy in town for having them. Nobody else had them. BT616 says, watching from Paris, France, me and my wife are looking forward to welcoming Caitlyn Clark. Yeah, I mean, I think it would have been fun to see her because she just have to wait till the next Olympics if Lord willing, or as long as she stays healthy. But
she's good.
I like the saga. I like that the WNBA is actually getting some positive press or like some positive like arguments, if you will. It's not just something that's like criminal or catastrophic. I mean, arguing who's the best and who should be on the Olympic team is a lot more fun than some of the other politically controversial things.
Here's the thing: what people like to compare. It's a team sport, first of all,
right?
But she, of course, within that team sport, you're gonna get individual accolades. Just like Jordan. Jordan, if you try to compare, say, hey, is she the female Michael Jordan of her era? Maybe of her era, but coming out of college, Michael Jordan did have a national championship. He did have that.
Right. Caitlyn Clark didn't?
No.
Oh.
She lost twice.
Oh, shit.
She made it there. She led her team to it twice. But you know what? Nobody don't get participation trophies and shit. All right. Okay.
Damn, look at this. Peter Mann says, flew my daughter from Wellington, New Zealand to Indiana 2 weeks ago to watch Caitlyn Clark. She is the face of the league. I mean, I don't think there's an argument there that she is all that is the relevance in WNBA. I mean, honestly, we would never talk about the WNBA on the show if it wasn't for Caitlyn Clark at this point in time, except for when we had the whole Brittany Griner issue. So, and the fact that there are a lot of women are like, I think it's good. I think it's good for the league that you have a character like Caitlyn Clark, and I think their time is due, and I think that this is the way the WNBA becomes successful, and not so much the joke is that they actually have like this NWO, this Macho Man Randy Savage to Hulk Hogan type scenario, and that's kind of what you always need in these sports, especially like the up and coming. You need the bad guy, the anti-hero.
But she did have her bad guy, Angela Reese. Angela, she was drafted like number 10, and she played for who she played for? She played for LSU.
I wouldn't even know what the basketball teams are.
She played. I think I want to say LSU or something. Yeah, it was LSU. She played for LSU. And actually, what happened? They had a battle. And this girl's a forward. She's like a forward center, so she would never guard up Caitlyn, because Caitlyn's a guard. She's more of a perimeter player. But they got into it to where when old girl done something. She did this. She did the
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
So then when the year that LSU won the championship, she did it back to her.
Yeah.
But she caught flack. She caught a lot of shit for doing it. And everybody was like, that's bullshit. And they, of course, you know, they always make stuff racist about stuff. Well, when the white girl did it, and did it, y'all ain't say shit. Y'all praised her and thought it was cute. But when the black girl did it back to her, now she's a problem. And, it makes you think. You was like,
it do, because
you got to want to talk into that mic. But I think it's not like what you say; it's how you say it. And so, wasn't she like more like in her face doing it? No,
she walked past her and she did it like that, and then she did her ring. She didn't get all up in her face like she just walked past her and did it. And it's kind of funny because. I mean,
I remember that happening.
She got her back. She was like, "Oh, you remember that shit you did it? Okay, I got your ass back, but we get in the ring,
right?
Bitch."
Yeah. So I was like, I never followed girls basketball enough, but I do remember that. And again, those are like the only two things I remember about women's basketball, and they both include Caitlyn Clark. So interesting enough.
I mean, it's 2024 again.
Owana Nakoka. No, I can't say that wrong. Chief Owanekoko. Watching from Casablanca, Morocco. Oh, that's pretty cool. We are fans of Caitlyn Clark because of her shooting abilities. Yeah. Man, this is crazy. There's a lot of Caitlyn Clark fans out here on the YouTube tonight.
I like her game. I wish she was more outgoing and more, you know, I'm going to tell you, and to be honest, I've coached a female player. She was the number 10th player in the first round of WNBA. She played a couple of years, and man, you would be surprised. They don't get paid shit compared to what the men play. What the men get paid. She had to
they don't bring in near the
right. I understand that, but I mean, they playing just as hard and doing good.
Who cares? I mean,
and everything. And
there are Valor bare knuckle fighters who are fighting bare knuckle fight just as hard as Tito Ortiz or any of those other legends, and they're getting paid way less because nobody gives a fuck about some 38-year-old bare knuckle fighter that's trying his hardest. I mean, what we care about is
I think they get paid more money than them slap boxing because you don't see that. Man. They stand there with the hand behind their back.
There's no way. I would do a bare knuckle fight. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it, but I could be talked into doing one for the right amount of money. I don't know that you could pay me enough to sit there and get slapped.
The whole side of the face will like
a dude. Yeah, one dude had cotton head. I swear he had a whole cotton field in his ear. Nothing but cotton hanging out his ear because his whole mouth was twisted. He was still
trying to.
If you are tuning into this channel for the first time, please hit that like and subscribe button. We are the #1 channel where first responders go to be informed and entertained, and we give you just enough to sit there in your police car or in your meat wagon or whatever first responder vehicle you're in, give you just a little something else to talk about other than dead babies and domestic violence. We're not experts in any of these fields. We're just giving you something else to talk about so that you don't sound like a robot cop talking to the civilians when they bring up Caitlyn Clark. You're not like, oh, who's Caitlyn Clark? Is she a volleyball player or Caitlyn Clark? Never heard of them, type deal. So tonight's show brought to you by ghostbed.com. Sleep so good, it's scary. Woo! Man, I woke up to my first hour today on the massage topper. Boy, I'm loving that thing. 50% off right now at ghostbed.com. Use the promo code Wolfpack. Also, they got that adjustable base, the pillow with the cooling technologies. We got my kids all Ghost Bed pillows now. So the whole family is sleeping on Ghost Bed pillows, not Ghost Beds. I don't have Ghost Beds for the whole family. Working on it. But anyway, the beds are absolutely incredible. I love the cooling technology. Now, Venus Williams, I think it's Venus Williams. What's the other Williams? Serena Williams. They had the Serena. Can you bring up the Serena or the Venus Williams model of the Ghost Bed where it has like the copper inlay in it, Josh, on the YouTube? Now, 99% of you guys are just listening to this, but for the YouTube guys out there, we do throw up some images here. But they have the Venus. What is it? The Venus Williams model? Yeah, the Venus Williams model, which is like an athlete's. It's got that healing copper running through it. I got to lay on it. It's really, really, really cool. Anyway, great mattresses, a great price, made in the good old USA, which Caitlyn Clark will just have to be shouting from the stands herself. She won't be able to hear it on the court, unfortunately. BT616 says, as a product marketing manager of 20 plus years, the WNBA needs to put Angel Reese, Caitlyn Clark, and Cameron Brink on the Olympic team. Their TV deal is up for renegotiation next year. See, I tend to go that way. I think if you want to keep the WNBA that much more relevant or keep this whole like maybe good girl, bad girl, WCW wrestling effect. I think you leave them in for money. But that's just me. They're going to win regardless. So anyway, Nathan Burnside says he's about to order a ghost bed. Use that promo code Wolfpack or you will be missing out, but you won't regret it. I promise. Also, we have factormeals.com promo code Wolfpack50 for 50% off. If you want to get lean and mean like me, or you want to get slim and trim like Margaret, hit the calorie conscious or the protein heavy. But these are fresh meals. These are chef prepared, fresh and never frozen meals. I do this without a script, guys. I do this because I eat the products, I sleep on the products, and I just willy-nilly wing these ad reads, okay? But here we got it up on the screen if you're on the YouTubes. Yeah, I'm talking from experience. You guys have all eaten the Factor meals. We've dined together on Factor meals. But you can get steak, you can get chicken. Like I said, you can get these meals any way you want it. So instead of going to the grocery store and doing all the buying the shrimp and buying the chicken and buying the rice and buying the green beans and cooking it all separate and looking for your Pyrex dishes and all this shit and trying to got all the lids together and then you're trying to cram it in the dry. Stop. Just go to Factor Meals. Meal planning to the next level, delivered right to your door. You're actually going to save money because you're not going to have to drive to the grocery. It's not going to take all that time, and it stacks well, heats up in less than 2 minutes. Even if you got one of those first responder peasant microwaves at the station, it'll still rock these things bad, get them real nice and hot. Difficult to look at pictures in the chat. Says, I'm literally eating a Factor meal right now, and he is a dispatcher and a producer and host here on the Failure Stop Podcast Network. Teresa Flobert says, Factor meals in Canada, ? I don't know. I know that we have hooked up Canadians with ghost beds and
I wish we had Factor meals back when I worked
shift work
controlling. Because we did the modified DuPont where we would work 4 straight days.
I know.
Man, can you imagine?
Oh, I would not do anything, but if I was a cop on the streets, I would only be eating Factor meals. Factor delivers throughout Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, with plans to expand across Canada. There you go. God, we have the best fact-checking team ever up in the chats. Thank you so much. Peter Mann says, Diana Taurasi made the Olympic team in 2004 as a WNBA rookie. I didn't know that, but that's an important factor that goes into this. I listen.
That's why she about to be a Hall of Famer.
My opinion is you put her in. I think it's a no-brainer personally. And for me personally, I think the only reason you wouldn't leave her in there, I mean, I don't know. I hate to say that it might be because she's anti-woke, but I mean, I think if these companies have got to be, you got to have, money on the mind. And you gotta you want to put people in seats, butts in seats. Yeah, but Caitlyn Clark puts butts in seats. I feel like that is your job as a and maybe it's the coach's decision. Maybe the coach sees something. Maybe I'm crazy. But I think that the dollar signs probably outweigh. And she's talented, so I think it's a no-brainer. Personally,
to me,
I can't believe we're still talking about this 37 minutes in. We're talking about the WNBA 37 minutes into a Society and Culture News show. That's how relevant Caitlyn Clark is to all this.
So now see, here's my thing, and I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna be done with it.
Okay,
she has the talent.
Okay.
She has skills.
Yeah,
but this is her again. 12 games into it. And you talking about, let's put her on and star on the team, on an Olympic team where you have 12 other women who has played a little bit longer than her and has proven who has worked their ass off on that professional level to be placed on the team. I give you my thing back in the 92 when when they left Isaiah Thomas off, I was gonna say John Stockton is a real good player. He's a Hall of Fame player. He need to stay. They should have left Christian Laettner ass off.
Yeah, but I think that making that comparison to the 92,
he was a college player. He was a college national player of the year, but his ass shouldn't have been up there with all the pros.
We're talking about money. We're talking about ass in seats money. Caitlyn Clark would bring more money
to the WNBA,
twice as much more money, and you're still going to win. Like they're not going to lose if they remove any one of those.
Because really, majority of those games are not even played in the United States.
But but we got people on here from New Zealand and Morocco in our chats right now talking about coming to the United States or having the United States basketball being relevant. I don't know. I think it's a no-brainer personally. I think you're not going to lose without her. she's going to bring more money and more eyes and spectators to the sport.
I mean, because it goes back to when you was like, man, why don't they lure the girls so they could jump? She don't fucking jump. She have you seen white men can't jump?
Yeah.
White Caitlyn can't jump.
Well, that's okay.
She can shoot that motherfucker though. She can shoot.
Yeah.
I love her game.
Sure.
She can play.
Yeah.
What I really like about it, she talks shit under her breath. That's why them girls be throwing elbows. You know,
but that's what I'm saying. You need the anti-hero.
Yeah.
You need that anti-hero. I think she's a great anti-hero. And I think it's so fun. Bonita Morgan says, how many of these fans are actually going to Paris to attend the Olympics? Just saying, I don't know. If I was going to Paris, I'd be enjoying all that wine and dining. It'd be great. Let's move on to the next topic here, which is probably equally as crazy. I don't know if it's equally as crazy. It's probably not. But we've got this YouTuber. Josh, play this video really quickly of this YouTuber. Held on a $50,000 bond for this and facing 10 years. So he has his own Lamborghini, for those of you who are just listening, and he has his own helicopter. Now, this is like a helicopter that you would see flying around the beach. You know what I mean? Like those rental helicopters that you rent a ride in and you get in there and the helicopter flies you and you get all the pretty. I mean, it's not like a crazy helicopter that's, got a, that's going to be transporting. And what they do is they have filmed this epic video on these salt flats where there's no possible chance of them hitting another car or catching anything on fire or hitting another plane. I mean, wide open salt flats. And they make this amazing war video where they're having this Roman candle fight from a helicopter versus a Lambo. So there's people hanging out of the Lambo, shooting out the window, these Roman candles at the helicopter shooting back again, and these wide open salt flats where you could wreck, die, crash the helicopter, and nobody else is going to get injured. Now, I guess because they were flying under radar, they were carrying fireworks on this helicopter, they broke all these FAA rules. And they went and arrested him. And he is being held under a $50,000 bond and facing 10 years in prison for making what I think is an epic rad. I think they did an amazing job with that video.
He didn't get it cleared.
Right.
By the people, by the government, or whoever the powers to be. That's why.
Read us this article.
It looked great. Yeah, that right there.
That looked awesome.
I would have thought that was a movie, But again, just like in the movie business, when you watch films.
How old is this kid, though?
Oh, I don't know.
How old is
24?
This kid? 24 years old.
He's 24.
Creating. He is way more creative, making way more money at 24 than most everybody else, and the government hates that.
Exactly. It's money, like you said, with the money thing. Where if they would have covered, they would okay. Well, you need you need this type of security. You need to have such and such to mark this off. What property? Who you gonna be? You got to clear it with the air. Because you're gonna be flying and blah blah blah. You need medics on site. All that gonna cost money. They be paying millions of dollars to have all that set up to shoot that right there.
Yeah.
So
I think he makes like $60,000 or $70,000 a month on his YouTube channel. Nathaniel Burnsides want to know where Mike the Cop is. Mike the Cop is still very close friends with our network. We still work with his son Elijah, Nathaniel, but he retired from social media. Period. Sold his YouTube channel, and now we do 5 different shows a week with 6 or 7 different law enforcement hosts on the show. Society and Culture on Mondays, True Crime on Tuesdays. So political news on Wednesdays, sports news on Thursdays, and then Friday we do big case breakdowns, usually with Tyler from the Anti-Hero podcast or other special guests. We also have other shows under the Fair Style Podcast Network, like Two Cops, One Donut Shop podcast. We have Anti-Hero podcast, Getting a Grip on Things. And so we're bringing other law enforcement under our things. And we also do live shows around the country, comedy shows with former police officer and comedian J. Darrell White and comedian Margaret Owens over here. So that's now, Nathan, you haven't been here in a while, so I just wanted to give you a quick update, and we appreciate you coming back. Teresa Flobert says permits. Yeah, I get it. Permits. $50,000 bond seems pretty steep for this.
Oh, he paid, depending on what state, 10 to 15% of that. That's all he has to pay.
Yeah. I don't know. I think 10 years in prison is way too much. I think if they gave him 10 years in prison, that would be
trying to make an example.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. And I don't agree. I don't think the justice system is for that. But I mean, dude, if the kid makes that much money and he can create something as cool as that, play that video one more time. That's cool as shit. I don't care who you are. I mean, I'm not a huge YouTuber guy, and my kids just started their YouTube channel, Rad Kids Club for Kids. They're doing a great job with it. Episode 2 comes out tomorrow. This is fucking creative.
They pissed off because one, he owns a Lambo.
And he's blowing it up.
And two, he has his own helicopter.
And this fireworks show is incredible. Now they did this on the Soul Flats, and that, I guarantee you they were like, oh, there's no harm, no foul. There's not like we put anybody's life in danger. And they didn't, but I guess you can't carry explosives on a helicopter. And but damn, that is a cool video. If you're not following us on YouTube, which 99.9% of our listenership comes from audio, you're not going to see this. So we'll put this on Instagram if we can, or we'll rip this in some way, shape, or form, get it to you on the Instagrams because it's cool as shit. All right, let's jump onto this next story real quick.
I've got one more video. I've got one more video from Alex Troy. This was from a couple years ago. He also got in trouble for this one as well.
The same 24-year-old, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, let me see it. Oh, this is where he jumps a Tesla. Jeez. Oh, so if you guys are just listening, he jumps this Tesla over this massive hill in California. It's a pretty famous spot. Completely wrecks. I think he got in trouble for this one too, didn't he?
Yep, he didn't close down the streets, no permits, the same deal.
So moral of the story is get your permits and your paperwork.
Bro, but I bet you he's making $4 or $5 million a year.
It ain't gonna be worth a damn. You
on YouTube, and he's gonna get fined.
You can only put maybe $20 a week on your commissary.
Bro, I bet you he doesn't get fined more than $250,000.
Well, with all the money he got, he can get
you know what I'm saying?
Johnny Cochran part
$200,000 fine to make $4 million in a year. Well worth it, I would say.
Johnny Cochran times 2.
And of course, you're probably going to get more from that. All right, let's go on to the next story really quick. Bad Boys Ride or Die 2024. I'm not as excited about this film as I should be, mainly because I only see Will Smith as a cuck now and a little pussy that slaps other comedians on stage. I can't get over that. I would beat the fucking brakes off Will Smith.
Thank you, Craig.
I would beat the brakes off of Will Smith. But are you serious? You don't think Will Smith and I in a ring that I wouldn't come out on top?
No.
You really don't think so?
I'm on your side.
In an MMA fight, you don't think?
Unless Will Smith.
Well, yeah, MMA, I give it to you. But this Joker actually trained in boxing. You forgot some of the
because he's got that Muhammad Ali movie.
No, he actually trained for it.
Okay.
He trained for it. See, that's what a lot of people.
Bro, he ain't got that dog. He don't have that dog in the fight.
I'm just saying.
He's a pussy.
Playing Muhammad Ali. Yeah, cash is clay.
All right, all I'm saying is, regardless, he probably would beat my ass down, but. I would definitely get in the ring with him. No, hands down, no doubt. I would get into it for free. You don't have to pay me. He can keep all the money. I just want to. I want to shout out
off the video.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Transy fault. Will Smith that shit have blew up.
Maybe for a chance to sleep with his wife.
Damn her.
No, that's too gay.
She kiss my ass. I don't like her.
Dude, I wouldn't sleep with her.
I used to like her back in the day.
If I was single. And yeah, I still would. I just can't stand her. I think she's a vindictive, evil bitch. But anyway, my wife and I were actually talking about her this morning over breakfast, funny enough. But anyway, that's all I'm saying is I'm not as excited about Bad Boys Ride or Die as I should, because I really like the other movies. You went and saw it. What now? Don't give any spoilers. Like, don't spoil the end.
I saw the trailer, but I think I'm gonna go see it.
Damn it, Bart.
I'm gonna go see it.
Damn it. She's like,
you seen the trailer?
Yeah, I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, but I would go see it today, but I didn't want to rush. I wanted to take my time and eat my popcorn and everything, look at it, So
you're excited about seeing it?
Yeah, because I like the last one. It was really good.
I love the last one too.
All of them were good, and this is the only thing I'm going to say.
Did Martin learn? Did he lose any weight in this one, or is he still fat?
He's still.
Is he got like some bed problems or something?
Well, you know what? He actually did a video and said he was healthy.
Oh,
but. I think he was having.
He does not look like the same Martin Lawrence as in Wild Hogs. Remember when he did Wild Hogs? He looked good in Wild Hogs.
The thing about
God, he looks rough, bro.
I mean, he's damn near 60 years old, man. He's 59 years old.
But so is that white guy who's next to Will Smith in that? Because he's a famous actor and he's looking a little fat too.
Is that what's the one? Some big mama gonna die when she see me? Terrence Howard. I don't know. Was he in it?
But I mean, Will Smith's looking lean and mean.
Well,
and,
Will Smith is like 54, 55 years
Yeah.
old. And you got to look at the roles and see, Martin is a physical comedy, a
Yeah.
comedian.
yeah,
He's a
great.
comedian, but he's a physical. If you ever watched him on Martin, his shows and his stand-up, he moves around. He do stuff like that. He damn near 60 years old. He can't move
He
like
ain't
that
moving,
no
yeah.
more. He can't do that.
I went and saw him in some stand up, and he was like, he thought he was moving fast, but he really was going slow.
Right. Right. And I actually met
You know
him.
who
I
moves
met him
really
in-
good
I
for a
met him and talked
comedian?
to him in person.
Margaret Owens.
I actually met him.
I do?
Do you met Martin Lawrence?
Yeah.
Did you do a comedy show with him or something?
A friend of mine traveled. She's famous.
Yeah.
And she actually went to
Why
the
do you always
show.
say my friend? She's famous. Like you're famous too. Like you've done stand up with all of these people. You've been in all these movies.
Yeah, hey,
Like you're just
and-
background
and-
famous,
until
but you're
my
still
pay- until
famous.
my-
They famous.
Right. Until my check, them checks they get. Once I get that, then I'll say I'm
Yeah,
famous.
so difficult to look up pictures. It brings up a great point in the chat. He says, "Is Will Smith even believable as a police officer anymore?"
Yeah,
That's the
jacket him.
problem I have. Like, I'm just he just doesn't do it for me anymore, man. Like
Well, I mean,
I don't see him as that badass character like
Well,
I used to see him.
well, see, if you look at the first one, the very first one, yeah, cop.
Dude,
In
Bad
third
Boys
one-
2 was
well, you gotta
badass.
think about in the third one, Martin Lawrence was about to retire. So he already
Right.
been,
Playing the
they
role.
was in Miami. So let's just say
That's when he
what,
gets shot in
20
the ass, right?
25 yeah.
That was a great one.
25 years. He was about to retire. I own 3. Okay. But what's his name? He talked to me in the way you retire, da. They're detectives. They not high ranking, but they've been there forever. They're detectives. I think one scene back in the part 2 or 3, they got placed back on patrol and had the uniform on. But other than that, when you look, and if you look at the background, Will Smith was a rich boy. He came from a
Right,
family of money,
right.
because his personal car.
That's why he's got the Porsche,
He got the Porsche and all that
fucking
stuff.
MP5. all
Martin
that.
got married young and had
Yeah.
all these kids.
He's got the above ground pool.
right. So his life was a little different, a lot different from what's name. And you look at him when he was young and having all those kids.
Bro.
Now he's like, I'm a granddaddy.
That scene
and blah blah blah.
that they did where they bust the Ku Klux Klan was so funny.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Bad Boys 3.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yep.
But anyway, I know that you've seen it once. Margaret's gonna
I've
go
seen
see
it
it. I think we
twice.
should all 3 go see it in 4D where they have the
Let's go,
stuff. I think we should all 3
I
go
saw
see
it in
that.
3. I saw it in
maybe
IMAX.
maybe if
That
I
was
see
good.
it, maybe if I see it in 4D, I'll get boned up and for
It's,
what's his name again?
You know,
But-
the Golden Show. I had a couple of friends on Facebook, comedian. Not gonna say his name, but he was like, I wish there was some way I could watch Bad Boys 4 and not support Martin Lawrence, but not Will Smith.
Oh yeah,
Because
that would be good.
never mind, like that.
That's together.
So
I
when
mean,
he said that, I was like, well, hell, you had like Will Smith slapped your ass or something. You taking it serious. I mean, here's my thing about the situation. Will Smith, it wasn't an act. He acted off emotion. Hell, we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all have that emotion or
but
whatever
it's
we do
more than
stuff.
just the
But
slap.
it was a slap. He did it.
There's
did
the
it.
whole
He had his reasons
Brother
of-
Belial shit.
Yeah, but I mean, that's because other people want to jump on his shit and try to make money and get their 15 minutes of fame
Gotcha.
speaking on that. But when it happened,
Do you not
it
believe
happened.
Brother Belial?
I don't believe all that shit. Him and what's the Johnson, brother
Oh,
Johnson,
bro, I
brother
fucking
Johnson,
believe
all
him, dude.
them. I don't even listen to them.
I mean,
cats
that's a
like
lot
that.
of stuff to make up to not be true. Like, I mean, you would have to be really creative to make those kind of lies up. But I mean, that's
black
another
people
episode.
are creative.
Exactly.
Oh, fair enough.
You're right. But see,
She said it, not me, and
They
she's
are.
black.
They
Okay?
are.
But my thing
Mike
is,
Lowry.
when he did that, his punishment, they gave him his punishment. The guy who he assaulted did not want to press charges.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
Wrote a
hell,
badass stand-up
he-
comedy
he-
about it on
exactly.
Netflix.
He did his comedy. He got paid
I
very
thought
well
he was.
for it.
I thought he went easy.
He
on
went
him, too.
about $40-50 million off of that stand-up.
Can you
So
imagine.
if daggone Chris Rock ain't still mad at him,
Why
and
should-
still
yeah,
hold against him, why
right.
should
Oh,
us,
you think
all of
Chris
us.
Rock is going to go see the fucking Bad Boys movie
He
in
probably
theater?
will.
Hell,
Not
no.
in the theater? Hell
Hell
no.
fucking no.
People see him out, but I bet he'll
I
watch
bet
on
you-
Apple TV.
He wanted his own theater.
Shit, that's just like you. You dare go to the theater watch Brokeback Mountain, but I bet you daggone saw it on Netflix.
I've never seen Brokeback Mountain.
Me neither.
Never seen it, dude.
You know, me and somebody were talking about that the other day. We were like, hey, man, we were talking about movies.
I don't see Brokeback Mountain because I live it.
Like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
and I asked him, I know her. I said,
Just ignored it.
I said, did you go to the movie to see Brokeback Mountain? He said, hell no. He a movie goer too. I said, I know, man. I love watching movies. And old boy, that Heath.
Maybe we should go
Heath
see
Ledger,
it.
the one that played
Maybe we should
the
go
Joker.
see it for Pride Month.
Man, I don't need to see
Look at
that.
that.
I don't need to see that.
That's why I can't get a man now.
Dude, see, I couldn't watch another Heath Ledger
But
movie or
those two
that.
dudes are great actors. That's
They are
the
good
funny
actors.
thing. If they were just Johnny whoever,
I couldn't act
I've
that
never
gay.
seen it. I'm like, oh,
I can't
man.
act that gay.
But those dudes are good actors. I mean, old boy played the Joker, and then the other dude, he was good in Roadhouse.
Oh, he was real good in
He did that
Roadhouse.
movie,
Actually,
Roadhouse.
he was good in Roadhouse. I was really surprised. He was also good in Donnie Darko, which
Yep,
was good.
yep,
How does one suck a fuck? Brokeback butt be farting. Confront him about it. Okay. Michael Hendricks says, I bought a new house and the people left some DVDs, including Brokeback Mountain. Now my mission is to sneak it into my buddy's DVD collection and then notice it when I'm in there sometime. Perfect. And I know that Michael Hendricks probably accidentally put it in the DVD player and accidentally watched all of it. All right. Last story of the night, kind of a funny story, a big fun story, is this new takeover of Stomp the Yard style graduation practices where these black fraternity guys stomp the yard. Now, before we get into it, because you're a black man who just graduated college and probably some kind of frat boy as well.
Yes,
you look like a little frat boy. Here is my thing on just graduations, ceremonies. I've worked when I was in the military, towards the end of my career, I was on the honor guard and I worked a few black funerals. And there is a difference between black funerals and white funerals. 100%. Now
we need to talk about that one day.
We talked.
I used to work at a funeral home.
Okay. It's wildly different. White, it's 100% different. We can talk about it here in a second. But here's my thing. I feel the same way about the black funerals as I do about the graduation. Now, I feel that there should be a reverence at a funeral, mainly because you're paying respects to the deceased. And when you do things that draw attention to yourself, you're taking attention away from the deceased. And it's supposed to be all about them and not about you. With the graduation, I feel like it's supposed to be all about those individuals graduating collectively and not so much maybe about you. So I have a problem when people retard the entire ceremony to make it about themselves and not all their constituents. So I am personally against kind of the theatrics behind some of these things. Go ahead, Mark.
Okay.
You seem
now to me
thrown back.
I agree with the first one because it's about the deceased, right?
Okay, fair.
That's what you're going to pay your respects. Even though the person don't know you're there, you're going to show your respects to deceased, by being there for the family.
Right.
Now the preacher, from my understanding, some of them be preaching about how good that person was and all this stuff. Probably didn't know him. In reality, he should be speaking to the people that are still alive to let them know to get their lives straight. Right.
But if you go to a black funeral, it's more like I worked black funerals and there is a lot of shaking, coming up in like big white limos, pulling them out and top hats and
trying to pull them out the casket.
I have seen it all, dude. I've seen them get out and like roll out a white carpet for like the mom. Oh, dude, I've worked some crazy ones where they come out with top hats and canes, pimp walking up there, dude. I have seen some just bonkers. I've got a really funny one where I was it was in Sarasota, Florida, the Sarasota National Cemetery. It was like 99 degrees outside and I'm wearing my maroon beret because I was a paratrooper at the time in an airborne unit. And so we're standing outside. I was sweating so bad that the red dye from my beret was starting to kind of run down the side of my face. And this preacher goes on and on and on. Now, a white funeral is like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's probably a scripture.
Just a couple of scripture or two. Maybe invite the widow up for a last word. She usually won't do it. You blow the trumpet, shoot the gun, and you out. Now this one was like, Roberts, he was good. He was a good man. He loved his dog. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He loved his auntie. I remember when auntie was 3 years old and Larry, and oh Lord, I remember. I remember, and then he would be like, so he'd go on and on with this for like 30, 45 minutes. And you're just, and none of it makes any sense. Like, it's all just like stories that we could be telling later at the reception. And then he's like, would anybody like to say some last words? So then there was, the guy got up, some kid, and wearing like big old stunner shades and the top hat. And he, kind of like pimp walks up to the stage. And meanwhile, I'm standing parade rest with the other, guys. And then the riflemen are out in the sun, just getting annihilated. And this guy gets up there and he starts going in on all the barbecuing and just all these things. Again, it doesn't have a lot of relevance.
This
The memories.
This must have been a graveside service.
Yeah, graveside service. Yeah. So it just goes on and on. Well, then finally, I'm thinking it's done. And they're like, do we have anybody else? And I'm like, geez, are you fucking serious? Like, this has been an hour. We're roasting. I'm afraid the riflemen are going to like fall out or have like sun blisters from the sunburn of the Sarasota, Florida sun. And this woman gets up and she was like, I got something to say. And everybody turns around and looks back and they're like, and I'm just like, what could this fucking old lady possibly? She goes, y'all may not know who I is, but I actually dated Larry in the 5th grade.
You know you racist right now, right?
This I'm just trying to.
Black folk don't talk like that,
just
man.
like she said it, just like that. Now, when she said that, when she said she dated Larry in the 5th grade, you would have thought.
He's like heading me down.
You would have thought the fucking. I don't know. Everybody was like, oh, no, she did. Oh, and dude, they were. This one girl got up and ran up and down the stage, just ran up and down the aisle.
She caught the hell of those.
And I was like,
she
what
did. Like,
fuck?
Well, they remembered that she did or something.
No, I think that they didn't expect some woman, because this guy was like 80 or 90 years old. They didn't expect some 80-year-old woman to have dated him in the 5th grade and tell some kind of dating story. So they're just going nuts. I was like, fuck it, dude. I just threw up a salute and the trumpet guys started blowing the trumpet. The shooter started shooting the whole 9 yards because I was like, dude, this is too much. I gotta go. But like that would never happen at a white funeral. So for me, when I see the frat guys doing this, does it not like let's just say you're getting your graduation certificate and one of these other fraternities started doing this dance in the middle of the ceremony? Like, wouldn't you be like, come on, dude,
if it's
like, chill the fuck out?
If it's his turn, that's about the funeral nowadays. They say they give you 3 minutes and they'll cut you off if you keep talking. But as far as that, if Darrell would have started doing his little whatever he wanted to do,
they give you 3 minutes.
I'm saying at funerals now.
At funerals,
yeah,
funerals,
right. But I'm saying before as him,
yeah.
when it was time for him to get his stuff, if he'd have cut the food or whatever, because
individually, sure, but for like a second, right? Like as you're on your way off.
But these
are the videos that I'm seeing on TikTok. Make me understand it. Play this video.
I'd have been rooting.
Maybe it doesn't take away from the whole ceremony. I think this is them practicing because it damn sure was a graduation.
That's not a graduation.
The graduation, that's not just one person. I want a whole bunch of them.
That's the.
No, this is them practicing.
That's
It's
a step show. It's either a step show or it's where they have.
No, because the one that we were seeing, the auditorium was full. Play another one.
Now, when you see the one the auditorium full, it's only one person.
Yeah.
That's not the graduation.
This isn't the graduation.
It's just
what they do.
Matter of fact, ROTC used to have something called the monkey drill, and they would do something.
I hate that ROTC shit too. No, that doesn't have anything to do. I was talking about the TikTok videos that show them at actual graduation.
I saw one. I think, and you sent it to me too. I already seen it, but it was a guy.
That was the one guy, right?
And that joke,
it was his time.
Had the music, the James Brown.
Yeah.
He was doing the split and kept coming up and down.
And they were finna put his tassel on him. It was his time.
Yeah. And he was about to put it on, and he backed up and did it again. And you could see the deans and all them was happy about it, and they put it on them.
Yeah.
The thing about it now, I don't mind it because people just don't know. If you haven't been to school and know how hard it was to get that degree, to get to that point, when they hit to hear your name called out and you walk across that stage, it make you feel like you want to dance.
Yeah.
Me?
Did you dance?
No, because my knees are bad.
And then you got people.
If I would have got it back when I was young, back 30 years ago, I probably would have moved. I would have did the Michael Jackson. I would have did the moonwalk across the stage.
But, no, like you're in a black fraternity, correct?
Right.
Did you guys step? Do you have a step dance?
We have
you
moves.
step dance?
Yeah, we have moves. I can't do that shit now, but Yeah, we had moves. I got my thumb right there. But the thing is, there's always a time and a place.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
You know what I'm saying? But at the graduation, if they allow you when you call your name to get from point A to point B,
that
you got about a minute.
Oh,
no,
that's not the one I was talking
But
about.
I'm saying, but that's his time and all those people there. But that's when he's going to get his thing. That's what he does.
Yeah, he's really good at it too.
Yeah,
he's really good at it.
He take a few minutes, but and I'm gonna say this. I don't know how I'm gonna word it, but it's
Did he just throw up gang signs?
Honor. I don't think he got a blue. He did something. He got a blue bandana or something there. But it's an honor to see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it like this: a black person walk across the stage.
Yeah.
Because that's one less person that's dead or on drugs in the street, whatever.
Yeah.
They actually finish school.
Right.
So yeah. So you got a lot of people say, hold all the applause until the end. No. Because you got some, and what they do that for is, I guess, so like, just say, let's say your parents didn't come,
right?
And they don't want. Well, I'll yell for you too, but don't stop me from yelling for my child when it's their time. Now, if I'm yelling on your time, if you say Jay the Real White, like Jay the Real, you supposed to do that, but they'll tell you, you know.
And I seen one where the kid they before they even got on stage, they came out and did their little dance out there,
little shot,
yeah,
and did their thing, and then they took off walking, got their stuff, and did it that way.
Yeah,
because you get some people, man, the administrators would get mad and want to hold your diploma.
Yeah, I've seen it.
What is so Davey in the chat says NPHC fraternities and sororities all do step shows their intent. So I don't know what NPHC. I don't even graduate college, so I don't know.
HBCUs.
Yeah.
What's an NPHC?
Negro.
Charlie Albert says most of these graduates got their useless degrees like gender studies and white privilege studies.
Who's that?
Basket weaving. I don't know who that is, but
and my sister's on for the first time. Roberta, I don't know what she's on.
But it's like
she's on for the first time.
At least they got a degree.
Well, and it looks like the shows like all black colleges. So I guess like that's probably part of the culture there. National Pan Hellenic Council.
What is that?
Oh, I never heard of that.
I don't know. I'm glad you guys.
They're a collaborative umbrella of council composed of historically African American fraternities and sororities.
Oh. Yeah. So
they ain't part of the D9. I don't know who they are.
I've been to a lot of I've been to a lot of college graduations. I didn't walk in one myself, but I went to my wife's master's when she got her master's degree, and I've been to a bunch of other ones, friends and stuff like that. But I've never seen the dancing myself. But I do hear some of the obnoxious yelling, and I won't lie to you. I find it obnoxious when people overly cheer. I get it, you're excited, but I think there's just a reverence about it and a respect for others. But
if it runs into somebody else's name being called, I think that's wrong. Yeah. But they say Eric Tennis, I say, go Eric. That person is announcing not saying wait a long time, but why would you announce the next person's name before they? That's what.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Listen, if I got mine, I just want everybody to shut the fuck up. I wouldn't even invite anybody to be there.
Because I'm not gonna lie. I've been a great.
Did you cry? You got to talk into the mic. Nobody can hear you.
I've seen a whole gym be quiet when a name is called.
Right.
After certain people.
I think
they call this name Eric Tansey.
Okay, nobody there.
Nobody. Be like, damn, did anybody come to see this motherfucker?
Yeah, that would be me because I would not invite anyone.
But see, that to me, it's that again, it's that stage. When you crossing that stage, that is I still look at my diploma.
Did you
when
cry?
Mine came. No, I didn't cry.
You cried.
But I got emotional because my mom, it was 15 years. The day before my mom died, 15 years ago. My mom died May 5th, buried her one day before Mother's Day. And here I am about to graduate, get my degree, which I should have got back in 96. And my mama would have been there for that because she was
27.
But I mean, dude, listen,
so it was emotional.
It was a lot for you.
See my dad up in there.
It's crazy that you went to college after having done the career that most people go to college to get.
Right.
So like you retired from a career and then you went to college to for the same career. That's pretty.
He did it bass backwards.
I'm gonna have an announcement.
What they call it? Bass
But
backwards.
I ain't gonna tell it yet. But
so somebody funerals in Norfolk, the rival gang celebrate across the street. Yeah, I mean, dude, I have been so crazy. Now I have been to one white funeral, a predominantly white funeral, like the redneck, white trashy funerals, and literally in the middle of the funeral, they had a fight over who gets the flag. You know, that didn't happen at a black funeral, but the white funeral.
No,
be like,
black folk, they already at the house dividing up the clothes and the you know, the stuff like that. They do it at the house.
Yeah.
Because like I know when my
But
mom
I mean, black
passed
funerals
away,
are pretty ornate. Like
Yeah, well,
everybody
I mean,
rents
like,
cars or at least washes their cars
put
and
it this
washes
way.
their tires. I think white people just don't give a fuck.
I put it
We
this
just
way.
show up.
with my military and law enforcement training, when my mom passed away, my dad didn't have to do anything.
Right.
Because my mom already told us what she wanted to wear.
Yeah.
What her,
That's how my mom's was too.
all that. So my sisters got my mom clothes, you know, undergarments, all that stuff, which I don't understand and know why they put underwear on dead bodies.
Right, but if they put on, like I said, I used to work at one, they put on what you bring.
Right.
And a lot of times people feel like, let's say you bring a suit and the suit is, because they, they embalm you, they split it. This ain't no secret, but they split it in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
And so when you put it on, you just see the front, whatever stuff, right? If you're military, you get embalmed different. You get dressed different than me.
Right.
Make sure you ain't leaking nowhere. You got this other suit on, this stuff, different stuff on if you be in the military versus a civilian. But if you bring shoes, you get shoes and socks. If you don't, then you still in the barefoot. They don't.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah.
I won't be buried naked.
Naked?
Can they embalm me in erection?
They probably can.
God, I
you know what? And I don't even know because I never looked at that part. But you get embalmed.
You never looked one time?
I'm gonna tell you
You
something.
never wanted to see if somebody was hung or not?
No, but I seen this guy and it made me cry. He was the finest dead person I ever seen. He got in a motorcycle accident. Nope, but I noticed he had a tattoo of the Tasmanian devil right there in his hip. But then I also could see his ribs. They had to do the autopsy, his ribs, and I was like, I ain't eat ribs no more. They look like ribs.
Yeah.
But I never looked down at the.
You never looked down at his wiener?
No, never ate on him ribs.
I feel like
no.
I want to be buried with.
But you probably will. It's not like they're gonna.
I mean, do you think you could like request that they add on a couple inches? You know,
for your afterlife.
Yeah, like,
for the maggots to eat.
Give me
maggot food.
Worm on worm.
Hey man, you just give me a couple inches for the afterlife.
Well, no. What's funny is they are having funerals of people
standing up.
Oh, I know.
Sitting in a
There's some
chair,
weird shit, dude.
in the car.
Bro, that's too much.
But you might as well. I mean, that's what they choose. Oh, the baby back ribs. I love my baby back. Yes, the man that wrote that.
Yeah.
You can pull it up. They had a funeral and his casket was a grill and they were toting him through there and they ate real. I'm not look it up.
Are you serious? Look it up before we go. Deadline, look this up. Did they have ribs at the baby back ribs?
His casket was a rib. A thing, a grill.
Grill. I want my baby.
The person
back. I want my baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dude that was
the guy that wrote the song.
There was a guy that loved his car so much he got buried in his car.
I've seen that.
His car.
Here it is. Read us this article. Holy shit, she wasn't lying.
Yep. And they sung it.
Read it to us.
The voice that catches the jingle ever. There's the fountain of sauce, ribs to feed the mourners, and live pigs. His coffin even looks like a smoker.
He had pigs inside.
Damn. Yep. That's cool as hell.
Uh-huh.
So if they could bury him in a grill coffin, they can bury me with a stiffy. So that's what I want, guys. You heard it here. It's in my will. Sign it, notarize it, date it. Eric wants to be buried with a stiffy and an addition of 2 inches on old.
You're gonna have it where they like
meat rocket,
where they can. You can turn and flip the thing and see the picture. You have when you flip it.
You know what I want? I want like a glory hole kind of casket where you could there's like a hole and you can move it over and look down in it and see my pecker, or not. Like if you want to see, all you gotta do is just move the window and there it is. Here lies Eric Tanzi, all 5.5 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a glass viewing, like a viewing.
Oh, they said somebody bought a bank. They bought a bank and the funeral home bought the bank and where the teller window, they cleared it out and the body was the casket. What was it? The body was either standing in the window. The casket was in the you can drive by through the drive-through and see the body. Yep.
They do that drive-by funeral. That's what they said they did it. They got a lot of business when COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
COVID was
drive by and look at it.
Yep. Dang, that's so weird, man. I get it. The funeral home bought like an old bank.
Right, it had the window. But like I said, during COVID, they did it. We can drive through.
Dude, that's hilarious. There it is.
Oh, yep.
Holy shit, that's so funny.
My boy, George Wilborn, I went to go see him. He's one of my fraternity brothers, and he famous guy. And he was at the Raleigh Improv a couple of weeks ago. I went out there. He had a joke about that. He was talking about that. He was like. He's like, can you imagine you roll up and you get the crowd, you in your car, grandma,
Mm-mm.
All over the steering wheel. Then somebody blow the horn. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, I was like, that is crazy. That was funny though.
Well, guys, I had a lot of fun tonight, man. There's a lot going on in society and culture news. We got big political news show on Wednesday. True crime hitting it hard. Oh, by the way, my wife is so into true crime the other day that I guess our True Crime Tuesday, she was listening to one of the episodes and she was like, "Oh, my favorite serial killer was on the True Crime Tuesday on the Furiosa Podcast Network." And I was like, "Your favorite serial killer?" That's probably something black women don't say, that they have a favorite serial killer. But white women nowadays have favorite serial killers
because they always falling in shit.
What?
You ever watch the movies, man?
Yeah.
When a serial killer is chasing, it's always the white women always falling in.
They say the white people go towards the nose in the woods when we run away
Jason.
from it.
Oh, for sure.
They go see what it is.
Jason, when Jason had killed black folk, I remember that one movie. Jason was out of breath. Jason was out of breath, and the brother, he couldn't catch the brother. The brother was running through the damn blade. He couldn't catch him.
Oh, that's super funny. Well, all right, guys. So join us tomorrow for True Crime Tuesday, Wednesday for political news, sports on Thursday, Friday. Also check out our other shows on the network. Anti-Hero Podcast, absolutely blowing up. Also, we have 2 Cops, 1 Donut, and we will also be shortly having, well, we still have them, we just not signed on yet, Donut Shop Podcast. We got a new RSS feed, new Discord, everything coming this summer, probably mid-July, new website, new everything for the Failure Stop Podcast Network and channel aside, all right here on C- Media. And then also we have Night Shift. A new Night Shift TSI drops tomorrow. This was probably my favorite Night Shift top secret information conspiracy theory show. It is Egyptian chemistry with Jeffrey Dunn. He is a archaeologist that's kind of into pseudoscience, but believes that the pyramids were used for electricity, mining, and lots of other things, as well as using chemistry to affect the weather. It was a phenomenal episode, very enlightening, lots of theories there. So check out Night Shift Top Secret Information Podcast, brought to you by Red Pill Threads.
Hopefully next Monday we'll have our Juneteenth, because Juneteenth.
Yeah, we have a Juneteenth
Wednesday.
skit. Yep, we'll have it done by next week, our Juneteenth skit. You'll love it. And then also, please check out my children's new YouTube channel. It is called Rad Kids Club, where they it's all action sports related, hanging out with other rad kids. Episode 2 comes out, but they go on a different adventure with other rad kids, skateboarding, surfing, wakeboarding, to inspire other kids to get off the interwebs and to get outside. But that's it. Rad Kids Club. They just started it about 2 days ago. So there you go. There's a little preview of it. That's my son with Robbie Madison, dirt bike Red Bull legend Robbie Madison, doing a catwalk down the alley, down the boardwalk in Virginia Beach. So if you find it in your hearts, go give them a subscribe. Rad Kids Club, and let your kids watch it. It's completely kid friendly, and I believe it's ad free. So all the things there. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nathaniel Burnside, for joining us again. Fulcanator, Folk Around and Find Out, Teresa Flowbird, Guns and Cafe, Will Cray, Charles Albert. Who else we got up in there? Bonita, Davey, Roberta McGill. Thank you, Roberta McGill. Charlie Albert, if I didn't say that one all right. Yeah, anyway, Brandon O'Neill. Thank you guys all so much for being here with us tonight. Until next time, guns up, giddy up.
Peace.